Welcome back, socialites. Today's another episode of Affordable Fridays. I am really enjoying this series, you guys. Loving it. So if you're enjoying the new series, comment down below. Let me know what you think. But this is the look for today. We're going to be using 100% affordable products today. Now, the star of the show is going to be the new Sephora Collection Loose Setting Powder. I'm a super fan of Sephora Collection, by the way, if you're new here. Love so many of their products. So when I saw that they were coming out with the loose powder, had to try it. Was a little bit up in the air on what shade to get because they had like 4 shades to choose from. So if you're new here, I'm Ariell. I do mainly beauty videos, fragrance, a little bit of lifestyle. Everything I use in today's video, I'll have linked right there on the YouTube shopping tab or in the description box for your convenience. So be sure to check that out. And if you want to see how I got this look using 100% affordable products, then keep watching. Okay, socialites, so we're going to start off by moisturizing with my Clinique 100 Hour Moisturizer. Because we're going to be testing out the new Sephora Collection Blur It Loose Setting Powder, I'm going to keep that same energy and use the Sephora Reveal the Real Skin Tint. This is one of my favorite skin tints. So underrated. Such a good product. Doesn't come in enough shades though, so if it does come in your shade, I do highly recommend it for all skin types. I'm also going to try out this Sephora Care Make It Glow. Now, I've never heard of this. I'm going to look it up on the website to see if it's available, but one of the socialites sent it to me. So let's see what this looks like. I don't know if it's going to be like one of those filter like products like the Charlotte Tilbury or like the e.l.f. one where you can mix it in with your foundation, wear it underneath your foundation, or is this going to be more like a liquid highlight? So I just put a little drop. Oh, and by the way, this shade is called Dawn Light too, so I'm assuming it comes in different shades. This definitely seems like something that's going to be more so like a highlight. It's pretty though. Really, really pretty. This would also be pretty on the body, like mixed with the lotion. It's like golden, but then bronzy too. Really pretty. So going to put about this much of the Reveal the Real, and I'm going to put like a little bitty drop, like a little drop of this, not too much, because it is super golden like a highlight, but I want to go for golden today like I did last week. So I just put a tiny bit, mixed it in. You can barely see it, so I'm going to apply it in the areas that I need the most coverage first. This is a long-lasting skin tint too, so if you have normal to combo skin like mine, I'm not dry and I'm not super oily because there are some foundations that I can get away with without primers and I'm lasting all day without getting super shiny, and this is one of them. So it's pretty long lasting if you have like normal to dry skin or normal combo to dry skin type. And I'm going to take my Sephora Collection number 64 foundation brush. I think it's called a foundation brush. And just stipple it right in. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more. I do want more coverage than this, and it is buildable. It gives you about a medium coverage, but it's buildable to like a high medium coverage. It's not quite full, but it will almost get you there. And by the way, y'all, the giveaway that I did where I picked the 2 winners, only one person responded, so I'll put the name of the other winner. My Instagram is in the description box, and it's been like a couple weeks, so make sure you're inboxing me on the right Instagram account. It's in the description box, and I'll give it like another couple days for her to respond. If not, you guys, I'll be picking another winner for that one. And then as you guys are seeing this video, the winner for the e.l.f. video, I'll pop her name right here as well, but I'll also announce it in the community tab as a community post as well. So thank you guys for entering these giveaways, and we will definitely be having more coming up soon. Now for concealer, I'm going to use my Morphe Filter Effect concealer in the shade Rich 26. Smells like fruity bubblegum. I don't think I've ever noticed the scent before. For cream bronzer, I'm going with the Juvia's Place cream bronzer in the shade Amber. Now it does have some slight golden reflex in here, but it's not super noticeable. In the sun, you can kind of see it a little bit. Blend that out with my Real Techniques contour brush. That's actually what this brush is called, is the contour brush, but I feel like last time I tried to create a link, I couldn't find it anymore. I think this was it. So if it's still available, I'll definitely have it on the YouTube shopping tab or in the description box. I don't think I've used a contour shade this dark in a very long time. It's rare that I use this one, and maybe that's why I don't pick it up as much, because it's so dark. But that's okay, we can make it work. Back in with our foundation brush with no additional product. We're gonna try to soften this bronzer up a bit. So I'm gonna take a combination of these two blushes from e.l.f. One of them is Very Well and the other one is Coming In Hot Pink. And I'm gonna place this like right above the area that I have that contour. I'm gonna take my setting brush from Real Techniques and softly blend this in. I want to sort of keep it in this area. I don't want to drag it down too much. That's why I'm using a much smaller brush. Okay, so the moment we have been waiting, well, I have been waiting for, the Sephora Collection Blur It Loose Setting Powder. I'm a Sephora Collection fan, so when I saw these launched, I knew I wanted to check them out. My thing was I didn't know what color to get. Now, I got the shade Brightening Peach, and they're all brightening shades. I think they have like a pink, a translucent, a peach, I think a yellow, and so I went with the peach because I don't think I have a peach setting powder, and I didn't want to keep doing pinks. So let's see how this one looks on. So it does have one of these. I love when setting powders have this little, it keeps the powder from getting everywhere, and it comes with this on top, a little tiny puff, which I think is so cute, that says Sephora on the front of it. So that's perfect for right in this area. And I'm gonna go right in. It's a really nice sifter. It kind of reminds you of like the Pkwy powder, the way it's made. So that peach blends right into the sponge. So I'm gonna tap it off because I really can't see how smooth it is because the color is blended in. Difficult for me to see how much product is on here, but down, and let's see. The size of this puff is perfect. Okay, it's not really, it's a brightening powder, but it's not super brightening on my skin tone. So this peach is going to be brightening for somebody who's a lot more deeper skinned, a lot more chocolatey. So for my darker skin socialites, you would probably love this if you want a subtle under eye setting powder or highlighting setting powder. Okay, so it's giving super natural. So I probably should have got the translucent one. That's okay, I always go in with the more brightening one anyway. But I like how it melts into the skin. Like I don't see any powder sort of sitting on top like you usually do. The only powder I have like this where it just melts straight in is the Pkwy powder. And the Say powder, the Say Loose powder is like a close second. It gives me like a blurred effect. Y'all, it just feels like butter mixed with silk. It doesn't feel like the average setting powder. So I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Collection Micro Smooth Powder in Ebony. It's just a little bit deeper than my skin tone. Use this as like a powder bronzer. And I'm gonna take just a little bit more of that peach powder from Sephora Collection and lightly set everywhere else. I'm gonna clean up my eyebrows with my Sephora Best Skin Ever concealer. This one's in the shade 35. Now, Sephora collection does have another loose setting powder, which I do have, and I know quite a few of the socialites are fans of it, but I've never been super crazy about that one. I think it came out like last year. And it's a lot of people's holy grail, but to me that one's just a little too matte, a little dry, and it only comes in one translucent color that's really on the white side, but it does look really pretty on. It's just like not my favorite formula, and I'm loving this formula so much more. This formula is more hydrating. It melts into the skin like butter, so it's just like a completely different formula that I am loving. So okay, so I'm gonna take this Morphe, the cream shadows. These are priming cream eyeshadows. Now these are really good. I've used these on a few videos before. This particular shade is in the shade Debut. I have them in like 3 different shades. Because it's a priming shadow, you can also use it like as a base or eyeshadow primer. I've only used them as shadows, so today we're gonna try using it as a base. So I'm gonna take this like a flat concealer brush. This came in like a Sheen pack that came with like 4 or 5 brushes. Really good quality. If I can find the link, I'll have it in the description box. And let's get closer. Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette, and I'm gonna take a combination of a couple of the browns with my Nikki LaRose N13 brush. Okay, the eyeshadow lays really nice on top of it as a base, so look, we might have some more options. So I've been playing around with like eyeshadow primers and bases for like the past few weeks. Hadn't really completely fell in love with anything. The About Face one I've been using, but it dries really fast. What I did was blended the lighter of the 2 browns, this shade here, in the crease, meeting up with the head of the brow and bringing it down like at a diagonal. And I'm going in circular motions just so everything can be really blown out and faded. And then I'm taking this reddish brown here, and I'm just putting this in the outer third and working that like in a diagonal that way. So I'm not going in, but just sort of up and out in the outer third, like at a diagonal. So now I'm gonna take sort of a smaller, little denser, but still a tiny bit fluffy brush. This one is from MAC. It's the 217 brush. I don't even know if they still make the 217, but I like the point. I'm able to get really good precision, so that's why I'm switching this. And I want to go into like an even darker, like this really deep brown that's almost a black, just a tiny bit on the tip. And we're going to use this. You see the amount of space we have for the darker brown? I'm going to go in with half of that amount, and I'm going to go over top with the darkest brown, just over half of that. See how it's just on the very end. And I'm gonna do the same technique, sort of up and out. So we have like our blank space, a medium brown, and then a deep dark brown that's almost a black. Back in with our Nikki LaRose N13 brush and that sort of medium brown, and I'm gonna bring that over just to sort of blend in with that darker brown. And I'm bringing it over just a little bit because I wanted to have a little bit more presence on the lid. So now we can really see the gradient. Okay, so I'm gonna take this Sephora Collection Metal Effect eyeshadow. It's their single eyeshadow in the shade Milky Way, and hopefully they still make Milky Way. I'll definitely link it if they do, but this is a beautiful shade, y'all. Let me show y'all what it looks like. Beautiful sort of champagne-y gold metallic, and I'm gonna put that right on the lid. So So in the last video, I tried out these Wonder Skin longwear pencils. So creamy, y'all. This is a very buttery creamy. I don't even know if I've tried anything this melty and creamy, but it does dry fast and it really stays on there. So I'm gonna put this shade, which is Kalamata, which is a really dark brown. I'm gonna go back into that medium brown from the Juvia's Place Coffee Shop palette. And this is a smudger brush. It's called the Shading Brush from Real Techniques, the R307. And I'm doing one eye at a time since this liner dries so fast. About Face mascara on the top and the bottom. And I'm definitely gonna add some lashes to this look. That Sephora collection Milky Way is gorgeous. Me and AJ were organizing the studio. We organize the studio every other day. If you have a really big collection of makeup, that's like the only way to keep it together is if you do it almost every day. Learned that the hard way, but we got some new storage in here. We went to Home Goods and kind of move some stuff around where I can see single eyeshadows, which I don't have a lot of single eyeshadows at all, but we got something for that. And then I came across Milky Way. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Juvia's Place Volume 4 Blushed Rouge palette and mix the pinks. I'm gonna put the deeper a little bit higher up and then take the lighter shade and sort of fade the top of it. For lip liner, I'm gonna do Saucy Toffee from Milani. For gloss, I'm doing 02 from Sephora collection. This is their plumping gloss. I'm gonna put a little bit of the same gloss but in shade 07. It's a little bit more pink in the center. Brighten just a little bit in the inner corner. It's just looking a little too deep. It's almost like my skin tone under eye, and I always like to go at least a little brighter. So this is from number 7 in the shade Light. And this is the Real Techniques Makeup Saver Base Brush, by the way. I think it came in like a 3-piece set. Ready, Set, Sealed Setting Spray. And this is the look. Sephora collection. Hello. I love it. So everything I used today, I'll have linked in the description box. So be sure to check that out, or right there on the YouTube shopping tab. And if you're new here, welcome. I'd love for you to come join the family by hitting the subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. 'Cause I've been where you are. You're too scared to show me love. 'Cause too fresh with the scars.